Good morning, everybody. Reading through Matthew 5, 6, 7. I should put a disclaimer at the beginning of this. This is intended for the mature. The immature may not be able to handle this. I don't mean to belittle anybody, but sometimes what we call Christianity, we're so off the mark on. And listen, I don't want to beat up on the church or anything. The church is the bride of Christ. Beautiful. He's going to perfect her, and she's going to be radiant on that day. It's going to be glorious. It's just sometimes you can get tired of people who say they're living the word and they're doing the exact opposite. Love is the great equalizer. When you read through this, you have to read it through those eyes of love. And everything that Jesus is talking about is a justice that is applied according to love. Love is a great equalizer, but doesn't treat everybody equal. Yeah, I'm going to have to explain that one, aren't I? So love is an equalizer, but does not treat everyone equal or equally. Maybe we should use that, equally. Because, see, there are those who are highly favored. There are those who are in a place of knowledge and wealth, and in that place. They don't need all the attention. It's like Jesus, when he came and he was being criticized by the learned, by the educated, those who should know better, those who had everything in their hands. Okay, everything was there. They were just misusing it. But they were rich. They were rich with this knowledge, and they had opportunities. They just weren't taking advantage of them. And Jesus said, I don't need to come for them. I don't need to come for the healthy. I need to come for the sick. The doctor comes for the sick. And he was going after those who were marginalized, those who didn't know better, those who were not given the same opportunities, those who were kicked to the curb, those who were, lost in sin. But the reason they were lost in sin was because they were disadvantaged and never given opportunity. He spent time with them. He loved them. He poured himself into them. It was so important. So when we read through this, this is our Constitution. This is really our Constitution as we read through this. And in the motivation, what's undergirding our Constitution is love. And so love wants to bring everybody to that same place. So those who have all the advantages, they don't need as much. So we don't need to pour as much into those who have the capability of loving us back. That doesn't mean we ignore them. It doesn't mean we cut them off. It just means that they don't need as much of our attention. They're wealthy. They're good. They're best off. They know the politeness. They know the society. They know everything. So if we invite them over for supper, they're going to invite us over for supper. And Jesus says that's great, but you don't need to do that. You need to spend the time with those who are disadvantaged, those who are marginalized, those who can't love those who can't love you back. Pour into those who can't pour back into you. Give to those who can't give back to you. This is what love is. This is what the equalizer of God's love is that we like to hang out together. We do. We love it, don't we? It's great. But there are those who don't have anybody. They don't have anybody. And maybe emotionally they're ugly. Maybe there's anger there and hatred, and they push back and they spit on you. That's because they don't know how to love you back. Don't go. We're not supposed to go and find people who are going to turn around and say thank you to us. We're supposed to find those who don't know how to say thank you, those who don't expect anything. And when we give something to somebody that they don't expect, we're not supposed to stand there and wait for them to say thank you. And we're supposed to invite them into our lives. We're supposed to become part of them. It's not a one-off thing. It's a relational thing that we enter into. And maybe they don't know how to be a friend. Maybe they don't have a clue how to be a friend. And we can't be offended by them. It's Paul describes it as bringing those who have everything, bringing with humility, bringing them down, and the unmentionable ones, the ones that we don't talk about, we lift them up. This is what love does. Love humbles us, and love elevates us. This is what Jesus is talking about. I want you to go back and read again chapters 5, 6, 7. I want you to read it again with that in mind. Love the great equalizer. Love, just read it again and see that. We know there's people in our lives. We have family members, we have friends. Man, they pour into our lives as much as we pour into their lives. We don't lose them. We love them. We need them. They're going to help us on those days where we get kicked for doing good. We get called names for doing good. We don't cut them out at all. But love will bring them into that proper position, that position of humility. It brings us into that position of humility. And then we spend more time. We pour more time into the people, into the unlovables, who God says that He loves. It's not even about them deserving. It's we love because He first loved us. We give because He gave to us. We give freely because it was freely given to us. Come on, if you can make that connection, people, make that connection. Let's do something with this. Okay, that's fresh wire, fresh wind, fresh fire just blowing through. Revelation on this thing. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's stop hating on those people who hate us, and let's love our enemies. Let's pray for those who persecute us. Let's not say a mean word, even if it's right, even if it's justified. Let's just stop that and speak nothing but blessing into their lives. You guys be blessed. Love you. Take care. Talk to you soon.